Alrighty, so today I'm going to show you all about the swags. Now, we get that many questions about it. Geez, I should have untied this before I started the video. Anyway, I'll untie this, then I'll show you about the swags. Alright, let's start again. I'm going to show you a video all about our double swag, and I'm going to tell you how we store it, what we sleep on, the sheets, to show you the mattress, the sleeping bag, how to set it up, the features of it, because we get tons and tons of requests for info about how we manage to travel with these swags and how we sleep in them, especially with the 3 kids. So I'll rip this one off and set it up, and I'll show you all about it. So, another good start. I'll make sure that's not strapped in your toolbox, didn't it? See if we can get it there. Righto, there we go. All right, so first things first, I'll start with what we store it in. So this is called an ARB cargo gear swag bag. Now, inside is rolled up our Skydome double swag. We do have 2 of these. The other one is at my parents' at the moment. We normally store them on the roof rack under the tinny, but I reckon we might try and throw one on the front here. It's a good little spot for it. Anyway, the swag bag is what keeps it clean and dry and mold free. So these are waterproof and weatherproof, and they've got their own tie down straps on them. So you can just use these ones here. Oh, there's 4 of them, 2 either side, and you can clamp that down to your roof rack. So then the bag can actually stay on the roof. All you have to do is pull your swag out and chuck it down. So I'll bring it over here and show you, because, well, we've had these on the roof, I don't know, what do you reckon, babe? Probably 2.5 years, and they still look brand new when you get them out of the swag bag. So there's a couple of clamps at either end and 2 in the middle, and then you can fit so much gear in them. Watch out of the way there, Bill. Watch out of the way there, Bill. Because all you do is roll them up. So you can have heaps of bedding in your swag and roll it up, and the bag will still be able to fit it inside. But come in here and have a look, Becky. There's the swag inside, clean and dry. And if you bring it out, they still look brand new. Like 2.5 years old, we've used them all around the country, and they still, oh, careful, they still look brand new. Now, a bit of info for you. Our swag all rolled up with bedding in it, plus the swag bag, is 18 kilos. So there you go. So 2 of those would be 36 kilos if you're worried about weights. And this is a bag, all sort of like PVC lined on the inside and then canvas on the outside. And they are brilliant. The only thing they do is they lose a bit of colour, as you can see there. That's what the new colour looks like, been rolled up out of the sun, and that's been out in the sun. So they do lose a bit of colour, but I mean, we're full time. I don't think many people would leave them on the roof in the sun for as long as we do. And these are the poles. Usually they go up inside, but I forgot last time we rolled them up, so they're just in the bag. Anyway, let's start with what's in here. This is your pole bag, and normally a peg bag as well. It comes with poles and pegs, but we got rid of the pegs because we've never used them. Once you set it up, well, we've never actually swagged it in a cyclone, so I don't think we need to peg it down. But inside is your poles, and it's a good spot to keep them like that. Setup wise, all you got to do is get your 2 buckles, undo them, and then just roll him out. That's it. Down the ARB touring end is your foot end, which means that's where your feet go. It's a lower end, and you've got 3 hoop poles that go in there. You got 1, 2, 3, small one at the foot, and then 2 bigger ones for the center here. So you start by putting the poles together. Usually the kids give me a hand. You can do that one, Charlie Bear. And you just slot them all together. 1, 2, 3. And there's 2 long ones, the ones that Charlie's got. Usually they call them bloody ninja sticks and do these ones. But there's these 2, and they're 2 different lengths. They go down the center to give you tension on the canvas. And then I'll let Charlie do that, and I'll start at the head end, because you'll see that's one of the big poles. See how it's a big bow? And then all you have to do in here, there's 3 sections. There's a little bit of a canvas section in the center here, like a stitched loop, and then you feed that through, halfway through abouts, and then down in the corners you've got 2 eyelets. The inside one is for the foot of your pole, the outside is for a peg, to peg it down, which we've never used. But all you have to do is put that little one in there, and then push this through and come over the other side and give it a bit of tension and put that one in there. And then it pretty much holds itself in there. You just grab all these little clips and clip them on. There you go. All right, so the second pole, you do the same thing. You pull up the center bit of canvas and you feed it through over to the other side, halfway through. I'll start on this side this time, put the center at the pole foot in there, come over and do the other one, push it through a bit, put the pole in there. Here, Charlie Bear, you clip that on. And then we've got the last one. The last one, as you can see, is smaller, so you know that one goes in the foot end. Same again through the canvas loop, like this. Feed him through. Put that one in the pole. That one there. And then you've got these two, the two straight ones. I can never remember which one's which. You just sort of space them out, you know which one's which. The short one is the foot end. So there you go. Start up here, there's a little eyelet. Push him in and then sit that one in that end. All right, and then the long pole, start at the head end. There's another loop of canvas in the top there of the swag. Feed that through, it lifts the top of your swag up, and then push him in and push that one in. There you go. Then you can sort of grab the corners, pull them all out square, and that will separate all your bedding and your mattress inside. Alrighty, so that's all set up. Now that was only a couple of minutes, and that's with the kids helping and stuff. You can get it down, you can smash it out pretty quick if you just want to whip them off for a quick overnight stop. So have a look around, we'll go for a walk around it and I'll show you a few of the features. Start at the foot end. Now, like I said, we've never pegged it down, but there is plenty of options to be able to peg it down. You've got a rope at either end, which will pull this way and that way, which pulls it and gives it more, you know, tension on the fabric. There's a little flap, like a rain flap at either end, or a boot flap they call it. You can chuck your boots under it. That there is either, you're able to roll it up like this and put this on here. Gives you a bit of airflow through the inside there. Now, all these flaps are zippered from the inside, so you can zip them up and open them or shut them during the night from the inside of the swag to stop any cold air coming through. Or you can hold this one out, you can tie it up to a tree or something like that to leave it up. So there you go. That's those two. Now come around the front side, there's another one at the end. Now this one up the head end's pretty cool. Same again, you've got a rope here to tie it out. As you can see, that's still from factory. We've never actually undone it. And then this one here, a couple of Velcro tabs that holds it down, and you can roll this one up and use the little loops and tags to tie it off as well. Or you can have this thing tied out like this to a tree. Now one of the cool things is this here is for your Kubra. I'll go and get in the Kubra and show you how that works. Righto, here's my Kubra. She's looking a bit sad, but anyway. If you lift this up, all you have to do is feed half of it in there, reach around, grab the little loops. There you go. How cool is that? It even works if you've just got it down while you're in there as well. So that's that bit, and then watch out, bub, you've also got zip on the outside, so you can access it from there, and it's also zippered from the inside. Look out, bub. And then there's zippers here that you can undo, which opens the whole flap. And you also got double zippers on the inside that you can undo, so you can just have the fly screen. It's actually midgie mesh. If you have a look at how fine it is, it's so good, mate. There's no way you're getting midgies or anything in there. And you get plenty of air through there, which keeps you nice and cool. Or if you zip them up, I'll tell you what, it gets damn toasty. Even on really cold nights, we found that we still have to leave it cracked open to get a bit of airflow in, because it gets so warm in there. All right, I'll get inside and rip the mattress out, and I'll show you what that looks like. Getting in is super easy. You've got these massive windows. I'm guessing why they call it a Skydome is because it's actually like sleeping in a Skydome when you've got these rolled up. The only bit of the sky you can't see is from this little bit of fabric across the top here. So once you open up these two big bad boys, look at this. Look at the size of the doors and windows on it. All got that midgie mesh on it, all zippered from the inside. And I'll show you a little function. If you zip this back down, have a look at the overlap. So that this much fabric comes over the inside of the zipper, and it sits over the outside of this seam as well. So even in heavy rain, we've had these in flogging down rain and not a drop of water gets inside. So on that though, when we did get them, I seasoned them properly, right? So you wet them down in the sun, let them expand and shrink a few times, just take up all these little holes in the stitching and that sort of stuff. And I also just ran some seam sealer around these ones here, where they use like a bigger needle and thread to go through the PVC floor into the fabric. There's some bigger holes in there from the stitching. So after I seasoned it, I just put some seam sealer on it, and we have never had any water or anything get in. So with these windows, you can either roll them up like this, and same as the flaps on either end, you can just tack these tags in over here, or normally we just chuck it over the top and just use one side to get in. And then here you go, open up that one, massive amount of airflow on that, and there's the inside. So double swag, massive inside. Now, why do we only carry 2 when we've got 5 of us? Well, the 3 kids fit in there, no dramas, and me and the missus fit in there, no dramas. And generally we end up with 1 kid with us too. So you can fit 2 adults and 1 small child in there, but generally the kids love it. They get in there, they muck around, and 3 of them had a bloody party. They watch a movie on their iPad or something. Bit of fun for them, something different to get out of the caravan. What do we use for bedding? Well, we run a couple of different options because it depends whether you're doing cold weather camping or it's bloody warm. So this one is new. This is pretty cool. ARB have just released these not long ago. They're like a lighter weight version of their awesome sleeping bag. Now I'll show you the other one in a minute. It's like a heavy duty one for super cold temps, but we always chase the sun, and generally we're camping or caravanning in dry weather, so we like to run the lighter weight one. So I'll show you about the mattress inside. Inside is the double mattress, and we just fit a standard fitted double sheet. That's all we use. It's a little bit loose because the mattress ain't as thick as a standard sheet, but it works, no worries, and it makes it easy to pull it off and clean it or do whatever. Now, is it comfy? Bloody oath, it's comfy. So I'll pull the sheet off. Beck's gonna have to make this later, so that's good for her. But I'll pull the mattress out and show you what it's like. It comes in its own case, and there's a zipper at the bottom that allows you to pull it out and clean the case if ever need be. But inside is like a high density foam that is like an eggshell topper. There you go. And I tell you, it is damn comfy. Unless you have, we've had them set up on like rocks or concrete before, they can get a little bit uncomfortable after a while, but generally when you're swagging it, if you're on sand or grass, anything like that, they are super comfy, mate, eh? And wow, I could sleep in it non-stop, but it's about 4 or 5 nights is the limit for the missus before she's ready to get back in a caravan. So anyway, come and have a look inside while the mattress is out. So inside, you've got a full PVC floor, so you don't get any water or moisture coming up through the bottom. Now at the head end, you've got a couple of little pockets, like for keys and that. There's these little fabric elastic pockets to put keys, drink bottles, torches, phones, whatever. And then down the foot end, you've got your little flap and zipper so you can open up for a bit of air. Now I'll give you a bird's eye view, or swag's eye view from when you're laying in here. That's just one side open, look at that. Now swing this side open and look at that. So all you see is that one bit in the middle. You can sleep at night and just literally look at the stars. It's unreal, mate. And so much room. Look at this, I'm 6 foot. My head's not touching one end and my feet aren't touching the other. Bloody good. All right, I'll jump out. So there you go. That is our Skydome's double swag. So you can get these in a single as well, and pretty much they're identical. They're just obviously different dimensions, you know. They're a bit narrower, still the same length, but they roll up a bit smaller in your swag bag and that. So anyway, I'll chuck this back in here, and then I'll get the 2 different sleeping bags out and show you a bit about them. Alrighty, so here are the 2 sleeping bag options that we've used from ARB in the past. This is the heavy duty one, the super warm one, and this is the newer one that's come out. Now, I'm gonna have to look at the tag because I can't remember what they're rated to, but I think it is -5 to 5. Yeah, so this one here is rated from -5 to 5. So even though it is lighter weight, it is still super warm. Now, you're not gonna lose it, that's for sure. Look at that, you could use that as a V-sheet of your boat, I think, the high vis on it. But there's a couple of little features on it. There's a zipper in here to put your keys or your phone, so you're not gonna lose that overnight. And then, or your wallet even. And then a tag on top and a couple of zippers. You can unzip them. We use it most of the time. We unzip it all the way out and then like use it as a doona, because there's 2 of us in there obviously. And then there's also a little detachable pillow bit. So you can unzip that there if you want, and you can store a pillow inside as well, so it'll roll up nice and neat in your swag. Now, this is what we've been using for a while now because the other ones are too warm, right? The other ones is bloody comfortable, and if you're doing a trip to the high country or something like that, when you're going to swag it and it's bloody cold, or even we were out at Land Cruiser Mountain Park last weekend and it got to 0. So if you're going to swag it out there with some mates, you'd probably want one of those. These ones. Anyway, this is the cold weather one. Now it's rated to -10. How good's that? Now you'll see what I mean when I show you it's super comfy. They pack up pretty big, which is probably only one of the only downfalls of them. But if you're not on the road full time like us, then it won't bother you at all. Undo that, unzip this one, and then out she comes. Look at that. It's like little heaven in a sleeping bag. It's that. Look at that. Geez, that one's been rolled up well. Hey?
I must have done that one.
It's like heaven in a sleeping bag. Honestly, it is that nice and warm inside these things. Now, let's kick it out. That was rolled up well, that one. Hey, I must have done that one, not the wife, hey? There you go. That is the heavy duty warm one. Pretty much exactly the same design and style as the lightweight one over here. Just made out of different fabric and like terry, what would you call that? Flannel, probably. Flannel on the inside, like the shirt, but just without the checkers. And it is so warm and massive. They're like, even if you're the biggest bloke, like 6'4", 140 kilo, you'd be able to sleep in this. It's wide enough, long enough, comfy enough. And it's up here, same design as the lightweight one. You got the zipper for your wallet or your phone, and then a zipper down the side. Now, difference on the inside of this one is, I'll show you. Bring this down. There is a removable and washable warm bit on the inside. See this? See how it's separate? That there is like this little flannel blanket that you can remove and wash. So you don't have to take sheets and stuff. You know, if you go camping and you smell smoky and you jump in with dirty feet and whatnot, you don't have to try and wash your whole sleeping bag when you get home. You can just unzip this inside bit, wash that, and then zip it back in again. That way it's easy. And next time you go camping, you get a nice clean sleeping bag. Also, what we do, I'm not going to show you because it takes a fair bit of time, and I don't actually have a second sleeping bag. But you can zip these two together. So if you've got two of them, you can unzip this all the way, grab the other one, lay it on top, and then zip it together, which then makes one massive big sleeping bag. So you've got like a big queen size sleeping bag that's super comfy and warm.
And our 3 kids fit in.
And all 3 kids fit in, or me and the wife jump in. They're brilliant. They are really good. Righto, pack up. Now, it's just the reverse of setup, obviously. So I've pulled the poles out and chucked it down into the bag. So I'll remember to put them in this time. But before I do, I'll show you a little trick. See how it's folded in there? So you pull it over to one side. So I'll unfold it. You pull all the canvas over to one side and lay it flat. And then you grab each end and fold it over and lay it flat. It just makes it roll up easier, we've found. Nice and neat like that. Put the poles in the middle. And now you got to start at the head end because the clips are at the bottom. It is easier when it's got a lot of bedding and pillows in it. It's easier to use 2 people if you want to get it real tight and neat, just because of the width of it. But I generally just start in the middle, use my knees, and then roll it out. Outside edges in as well, like this, and then just keep squeezing it with your knees as you roll it forward, like so. So we get it in here, tuck this one back under, roll him in tight, and then you can just reach your strap, pull that through and clip it. Do one side, make sure you keep your knee on it the whole time so it doesn't unroll. Grab the other one. Oh, hang on, I've got a twist in that. Make sure you don't get a twist in them, otherwise they don't pull up tight if you're trying to get it through the buckle with a twist. There you go. Give it a reef. And there you go. There's also a little handle on the top. If you see that there it is. You can grab that, pick him up, go and put it back in the swag bag. So there you go. For all of you that ask us all the time, what bedding do we use and what are the swags like and are they any good and how do you sleep in them? I hope that gives you some info for your own travels. So you go and check them out. Now, everyone always asks, can you buy them online and all that sort of stuff? Not that I know of. Or most ARB touring gear is all available in store. So you just have to ring them up, see if they've got stock. Normally they're set up in their showrooms and that, so you can go and have a look and have a play, lay in one and see if I'm telling you the truth or not. But hand on heart, they are damn comfortable and they have been the best option we've found to take with us on the road. So, you know, it's not a full-time option because we only use it when we're away from the caravan, but it is brilliant, mate. They've been so good for us. So hope you enjoyed that. Comments, questions, feedback, put it in below and stay safe, eh? Have fun out there.